We are back in the Maldives. Let's talk about the Oaga Art Resort. This is a very unusual art hotel, and I can't wait to show it to you. Every week, our channel features new hotel reviews, so don't forget to subscribe to not miss any new videos, and feel free to ask questions. We'll try to answer everything. The 5-star Oaga Art Resort is a 45-minute speedboat ride from Malé Airport. This is not a typical Maldivian hotel, it's atypical. There are many colours here, and believe me, it's called an art hotel for a reason. It's unique in the Maldives because even the staff aren't just service personnel. The entire staff has creative skills. Someone draws, someone dances, and so on. We recommend the hotel for a calm and active vacation or a trip for two. For those looking for new rooms, quick transfers, and a small island, for young people but not for partygoers, as parties are not really happening here. Although there are plenty of activities during the day. For children, there isn't much provided. There's a kids club, but it's very small. The meals are exclusively à la carte. The island is not large. You can circle it in 15-20 minutes. The hotel has a main pool and a small pool at the Sobi bar, which is a paid bar. Guests from the gallery category can swim directly from their rooms into this pool. Of course, other guests can also swim here. The hotel has a small spa and an open fitness area. However, there's no covered gym, but there's a yoga and meditation area. Parrots live in the hotel and sometimes fly around the premises. The beach itself is good, sometimes very wide. But there's a lot of broken coral on the bottom, and in some places, you might want to wear special swimming shoes. This is especially true for the side facing the open ocean at sunset. There are no wave breakers on this side. All categories of Haruge villa and water bungalows are located here. The views of nature are excellent, but the corals are washed ashore. However, the beach itself is magnificent. On the other side of the island, at sunrise, are the minimal categories of gallery and body rooms. There are wave breakers on this side, and the sea forms lagoons. The wave breakers are very close to the shore, creating natural pools. Tides are not very pronounced. Here, for example, we saw bioluminescent plankton for the first time. Breakfast is only available as a buffet. Lunch and dinner are à la carte. When the hotel is busy, they offer snacks, salads, and desserts, buffet style for lunch and dinner, but the main courses are still à la carte. There are menus for snacks, salads, pizza, and desserts, where you have to choose one dish from each category. Pizza only if ordered instead of a main course, otherwise it's paid. There are also several categories of main dishes, from which you can choose only one. If for some reason you're not satisfied, they promise not to leave you hungry and will allow you to order something else. But initially, the system is to order one dish from each category per person. The food itself is excellent, tasty and beautifully presented. The restaurant itself is in a hipster style, in the sand. Calling it a restaurant in the true sense is difficult, of course. There's also a bar and a cafe next to it for an additional fee. In total, there's only one main restaurant and one poolside bar. There's only a very small kids club as an activity. The hotel has many free, interesting offerings. For example, once per stay, you can order a floating breakfast or lunch. Or you can participate in a beer tasting once during your stay. There's a drawing or guitar workshop, and even a cocktail workshop. Kayaks and fins masks are free. Once a week, there's a Maldivian show, a DJ, and karaoke. All villas have an excellent minibar, fruits, snacks, and champagne upon arrival. In all rooms, there are bags, slippers, bathrobes, and interesting and beautiful tableware. The entry-level category, the Oaga Gallery Pool Villa, is, in my opinion, not particularly interesting. Firstly, the galleries are small and dark. They have dark walls, and most of these villas don't have direct access to the beach. You have to go around all the villas to get to the beach, but these villas have a small indoor pool from which you can swim to the paid bar. That's unusual and interesting. There's a record player in the room, and you can get records for it at the bar. The next villa category, the Haruge Beach Villa with private pool, is very cool and interesting. In my opinion, it's the best beach accommodation in this hotel. The villas are pyramid-shaped. Style, fashionable glamping, high ceilings, lots of air and light. Shower under the open sky. The area with shower toilet sink is very large and beautiful. The villa's amenities are excellent. There's even a glowing JBL Bluetooth speaker. In these villas, there are private, very small pools with a depth of 1.2 meters and beautiful lighting. The Odie Water Villa with private pool was not yet completed in November, so I can't say anything about them. Friends, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. We're always happy to answer. Subscribe to the channel and don't forget about the likes. We release hotel reviews every week.